Hi everyone, welcome to your weekly book plug. Each week I tell you about a book that I love but might not be on your radar. This week we have The Donner Dinner Party by Nathan Hale. And this is one of the Hazardous Tale books. It's a series of graphic novels that depict different historical events. This book follows a group of families as they travel from Illinois to California in 1846. Now, obviously, travel was much more difficult back then. Anyone who has played Oregon Trail will know. It took months for these groups traveling by wagon with all of their belongings and all of their pack animals to reach their destinations across the country. The Donner Party was one of the most infamous groups to travel the California Trail because they had just this series of bad choices and some really bad luck. But let me tell you, there were some major face-palm worthy moments in this book. Ultimately, a good portion of their party got trapped in the mountains over winter because the pass had snowed in. And at this point, they had very little food and no shelter. And some of the party did end up starving to death. And other members of the party resorted to unusual means to keep from starvation. I love the Hazardous Tale books. They take these major historical events and they break them down into a really entertaining and accessible format. Nathan Hale also incorporates a good amount of humor into these books, which is a really big draw for young readers. Any age can read these books, though. I really enjoyed them. Yes, I know it sounds awful to say that the book was funny when it's about this tragic event, but it was. There were some humorous parts in the book. And like I said, that is a really big draw for young readers. A lot of adults tend to look down on humorous children's books because they're not seen as quality. They're not the award winners. But it's important to remember that almost every award is voted on and chosen by adults and doesn't necessarily reflect the values or interests of children. They tend to favor contemporary and historical fiction, and those are not necessarily the genres that kids are drawn to. These books are incredibly well-researched. They have extensive bibliographies. They incorporate helpful maps and pictures, and they provide lists for readers to go to get further information on the topic. And all of these things are what professionals look for in a quality nonfiction book.